If you're thinking about buying a house in Chicago, it is important to know if this is the best time to do so. After years of price appreciation and good market conditions, some analysts have started to question whether or not the market will cool down or even crash. In this video, I want to help answer that question with an analysis of inventory, price appreciation, and what's going to happen for the remainder of 2021. And you'll also get my opinion as a real estate agent on when it would be best and most wise to buy a house in this market. Now, the best time to buy a house is when prices are low, right? But that's all really relative because people who purchased a home in 2020 were fortunate enough that they didn't lose any money on their home and even took advantage of the price appreciation of the last year. Now, the Chicagoland market has been on a steady incline for the last few years, but some analysts are questioning how long this will last. There is currently an inventory shortage in many of Chicagoland's neighborhoods, meaning it could take months or even more than a year before you find the right home. In this video, we will cover current market conditions, what the reopening will mean for Chicagoland real estate, what it will take for the Chicagoland market to crash, and when you should buy a house in Chicago. Now I'm going to provide timestamp to these different chapters, link below, so go ahead and skip to the desired area that you're interested in. And I'm going to also provide a link to our blog on our website. All right, let's get started. Now, there's no secret that many parts of the economy are experiencing a shortage of many goods and services, housing being one of them. We have seen an increase in cost across the whole US economy, and there's a simple explanation for the increased cost of housing. Over the last 3 years, going back to 2008, the Chicagoland area has seen a drop of over 30% of inventory, and this has helped homes appreciate over 14% in the past year. Now, lower supply with similar or higher demands naturally causes costs to increase. But the largest drop of inventory in the Chicagoland area has been seen in the lower price ranges, primarily homes around the median sale price of $270,000. This means that if you're looking for a home at or around the median sale price of $270,000 to $320,000, there is dramatically less inventory to choose from. The lower inventory in the lower tier can be explained simply as the affordable housing dilemma. What this means for you as the home buyer simply is if your budget is anywhere at $270,000 to $320,000 or below, be prepared for high competition when it comes time to buy. And this will likely lead to longer wait times and more aggressive negotiations. There is without question that the pandemic has affected Chicagoland real estate inventory. Month supply is still at a historic low at around 2 months supply. Now, a normal month supply is usually considered 5 to 6 months, but many people believe that the reopening of our economy would lead to more inventory and alleviate the red-hot conditions. Now, will the reopening lower real estate prices? Although I do expect an increase in supply of homes for sale, I don't believe the increase will have much of a change in cost. Now, the number of homes on the market is still well below normal levels, and a change of 10 to 20% will likely only stabilize the market. Over the last 3 years leading back to 2008, we have also seen a 30% increase in total sales, meaning demand for housing is also increasing. It is this increase in demand for housing that will likely keep prices higher than pre-pandemic levels. As a home buyer, you have to ask yourself if the current market conditions are sustainable or not. Now, I don't see any major changes in the horizon where real estate should be concerned. Now, some economists believe that the real estate market frenzy is temporary and will only be short-lived. Now, the short-term fever is attributed to the lack of inventory, but we also haven't seen any foreclosures or evictions since the start of the pandemic. And this leads many to believe that the foreclosure inventory, along with normal pre-pandemic sales, will lead to a dramatic increase in inventory and crash the real estate market. And this is simply something you must consider if you're currently looking for home purchases or a home to purchase anywhere in the Chicagoland area. Since the start of the pandemic, there has been 7.2 million borrowers that have participated in the forbearance program, which allows borrowers to put a pause on the mortgage for the last 18 months. But since the start of the pandemic and the program, 72% of the participants have become current, leaving only about 2 million people in the program. Now, unfortunately, this will likely come to an end in early August, and borrowers will need to find another solution for their mortgage dilemma. Now, mortgage servicers in general want to keep as many borrowers in their home as possible, since the foreclosure process is very expensive. When a borrower defaults on their mortgage, the lender can offer help as a modification to lower their interest rates or tack on the payments to the end of the loan. And if neither of those two options are acceptable, homeowners will have the option to sell their homes and may end up with a profit in today's inflated housing market. Now, comparing today's market conditions to that of the last real estate fallout, the 2008-2007 fallout, back then, 26% of the homeowners owed more on their home than the home was worth. Now, in comparison, today, over 90% of the homes that are in forbearance have at least 10% equity on their home. So if you're expecting the carnage of 2008, it's likely not going to happen. Interest rates are another likely factor that might affect real estate prices. Now, traditionally, real estate prices fall as interest rates rise, and this is due to the increase in the monthly payment for borrowers. Although we are likely going to see higher rates in the next 12 to 18 months, it will not have much of a change on your monthly mortgage. And the home might cost less, but the price to borrow will increase, canceling themselves out. Now, the $1 million question is, should I wait to buy real estate in the Chicagoland area? And this is probably the hardest question to answer because no one really knows what's really to come. Additionally, every person's situation and location are different, and so you will have to answer this question on your own. But if you need a recommendation, I will give you my opinion on who should wait and who should still consider to buy in 2021. If you're purchasing in or around the median sale price for your desired area, you should continue to aggressively pursue your home purchase. The current market conditions have a lot to do with lower inventory. However, it also reflects the lack of affordable housing and higher building costs. Waiting another year or two to purchase a home at the most optimal time may not come at all. Compared to other markets across the US, the Chicagoland entry-level real estate is still very affordable and will likely continue to increase for the foreseeable future. Find the house that best fits your specific needs and don't worry much about what's going to happen. Inventory has made a turn, but it's increasing much slower than the higher price ranges. For those purchasing a home at or above $500,000, you can play more of a waiting game. We have likely passed the lowest of inventory, and there has been an increase in inventory over the last 3 months. Now, I would continue to search for the home that best fits your needs, but with less urgency compared to those in the lower price ranges. Now, the current market conditions have a lot to do with supply, but the largest factor in price increases seems to be housing affordability. Although I agree home prices might have a slight correction, it will likely not be enough to really make much of a difference on your monthly housing cost. If you believe the market is going to crash, then by all means wait. Be prepared to wait for a year or two or even longer. We have likely passed the lowest point of inventory, but that doesn't mean that the market is going to crash anywhere like we saw in 2008, 2009. Now, in conclusion, the most important thing to consider is your specific situation. Your location, your price point will have a major say in whether or not you should buy now or wait for the market conditions to change. And if you're purchasing in an area where there is still very affordable housing, I would consider purchasing now because the market might get more aggressive in the lower tier and push those prices even higher. As always, evaluate your situation and market conditions with your real estate professional. Make your decision based on available data and make data-driven decisions. We are real estate agents in the Chicagoland area and would love to help you with your home search. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.